Hello, sisters and brothers, and welcome to a new week and a new installment for the PABB podcast. How was your week? How has your week been? I ask seriously, truly. Tell me. How have you felt this week? Has it been the week you were hoping for? Did you live your days at the top of your potential within your circumstances? Did you love enough? Were you kind enough? Were you loved? Were you at peace? Were you healthy? Please tell me. Feel free to message me. I'm here. I can listen too. I have been doing fine. Thank you for asking. I am still in the recovery process and learning to rest. Yes, rest. I'm really bad at that. My housemates know. But I'm getting better. I can actually stop and lie on my bed, message my friends, watch YouTube videos about the Olmecas and the Aztecs. I can listen to my favorite podcasts and my favorite music and play The Last of Us. So yeah, today is a great day to be alive, and I'm glad that you are listening to this. Wherever you are, whenever it is, whoever you are, in whichever dimension you may be. Hello from the past and welcome again. May this be a space that you can rest and just listen. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. Really appreciate it. This day's show is a conversation with the funny, humble, good, beautiful, infectious, cowboyish bloke, Shania Twain enthusiast, vocal coach, beautiful voice, and a great friend, Taylor Piggott. We had a really good time catching up, talking about his musical journey, the reason he sings, about finding yourself this quarantine, and his life as the man with the van. Also other things. We laughed, we philosophized, and we cherished each other's friendship through the sound waves recorded in the past to your eardrums right now. So please check out his new single Superglue Stickytape. Is available now on your favorite musical platform. Okay, and also enjoy my conversation with my pal Tay Piggott.
Woo! I'm a little bit nervous.
Do you get a not?
I get a little bit nervous as soon as the record button comes on. I get a little bit.
You get a notification that it's recording, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like we did a live stream the other week, and as soon as the live stream started, I just lose all of my words. It's like, hey, I'm Tay, welcome, blah 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 blah. I'm so embarrassed.
Why do you think that happens though? Why do you think that we know? Because for example, I think sometimes I play guitar, yeah, and
Yeah.
I sometimes record myself, and when I start recording, I just mess up the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think we get stage fright like that?
I think it's because we put too much pressure on ourselves. Like we did, so like at the singing school I'm at, we did a trigger. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a trigger. It was a word trigger exercise. So it's like you just talk about 5 feelings, and like let's say it was happiness, and you try and point that back to a childhood memory of when you were happy. And then you realize that every emotion is built off a trigger from your childhood. So I think when I get nervous in front of cameras, or like, as soon as the record button comes on, I feel like I get nervous because it takes me back to high school. It takes me back to oral presentations. And I have a very like vivid memory of me doing an oral presentation and just feeling really like my voice was shaking. It's really weird, man. Like I'm fine when I have a guitar in front of me, but when it's just talking, when I have to focus on like getting a point across, it really like is, I don't know, it just makes me so nervous. But I do it, I can still do it, but I hated oral presentations, and I think they made me so nervous. Like I remember, you know, like at school, they'd go through the names if it was in like alphabetical order, and they'd call out everyone in alphabetical order. And I would just be sitting there shitting my pants because I knew I would be next. And I hated it. Like, I don't know. Gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it, to be honest. So I think that's my trigger. So like my trigger or my childhood memory of that pressure of cameras or like people, all eyes on me type thing, that comes from those kind of feelings or emotions. And I'm still working at how to kind of like work through that. And for me, it's just been about slowing down my breath a little bit, like slowing down my breath and just trying to put me back into now rather than think about all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that makes sense. That was probably
Make sense.
Pretty elaborate.
Yeah, but you're doing pretty well now, man.
Thank you.
You sound as clear, and your ideas are coming across as elaborate and intricate as just before we started recording. So you're doing fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I prepared this earlier.
Let's say hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So I'm here with my good friend Tay Piggott. How are you, Tay?
Hey.
I've missed you, buddy.
Man. I'm good. I've missed you so much. Or way back in the day when we met at the John Mayer concert.
Oh yeah.
I still think that was the universe. We were meant to meet each other.
Can you tell the story how we met? Because I like it.
So me and my partner SJ were at a John Mayer concert, and I think we were just getting a little bit rowdy, and then we turn around and there's Pablo there dancing away, and we're like, let's all dance together. Yeah. And then after the concert, we all hit it off. We went bowling.
Yeah, it was so good.
We got a few drinks. Afterwards, and then the rest is history. Like, we just like really connected with Pablo, and it's just like, look at his beautiful smiling face. You just feel an instant connection with him. So it was really cool. It was really good.
It was fun, man. One of my bucket list concerts has always been John Mayer, and I was finally there. Finally there, so man. Good. I was enjoying it so much, and I've always been a guy that wants to enjoy the moment as much as possible. So I was doing that. Yeah. And I was so excited that I was like super keen to meet all the John Mayer fans. So when you guys were right beside me and we were all singing the songs and just grooving, like it was so much fun.
So good.
And you guys are really nice and beautiful, and I really liked hanging out with you. So then we went to bowling, and you needed sushi. And you're a bit of a lightweight too, so it was good.
I was pretty drunk. So you're saying all these things, I can't really remember them. No, I do remember bowling. I think I lost pretty bad.
Lost. Yeah,
I lost. I'm not the best bowler, not the best at bowling, but that was a moment. That was a vibe.
It was a good night, man. I was third wheeling, but it was so much fun.
You were part of the wheel. You were what kept that wheel in motion.
We were a tricycle. Is it a tricycle?
We were a tricycle, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. No, that was a really cool night. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
Blessed to have met you, and then ever since then, like, it's been great to just keep hanging out and catching up, and hopefully we get to catch up like a lot more. When all the lockdowns are lifted, I would love to come see you. Whereabouts are you living now, Pub?
I'm based in Carlton North right now. So
cool.
Yeah, it's a really nice area.
Really nice.
Yeah, are you still in the south?
Cool. Yeah, I'm down in Frankston.
But you are a man with a van.
I'm a man with a van, so I can go anywhere.
You can be anywhere. I love that though, because that story is pretty cool about you. That you decided that you were gonna live in a van and just travel around Australia and busk.
Yeah.
So what is that about?
Like, I don't know. At the time I was deciding between two things, which is either like save for a house and be committed to like a 30-year mortgage, or just enjoy life a little bit and go around Australia. And I realized that I haven't really seen much of Australia. But I also know how expensive it is to kind of go around and get accommodation. So I just kind of put two and two together. I was like, why don't I make my accommodation my house? and
Yeah.
deck out a van. And then I was in a van page, and it was just meant to be. I just like, one guy said he was in, he was based out in Croydon, which is like really close to home for me. So I was like, yeah, he's the guy. And then this all happened, which is really cool. And yeah, don't regret it at all. It's just so cool to be able to.
So how's what's in your van right now?
What's in my van? Let me give you a tour of the van. So this is the bed. It's a bit messy. This is a little insulation panel. So you put this on the windows to keep the cold out. This is a hat. Well, this is a box, and inside the box there's a hat. Pretty cool hat.
Yeah.
This is a fan. And then over here is like my little, it's like the office area, I guess. So that's the fridge here. Then like sink, and then the cabin at the front, which is cool. And then this here is just like a little outside table.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. And then besides that, it's just like storage underneath. And then up here is all your like toiletries and just extra bits and bobs.
So what do you poop?
Really good. Man, I just shit outside. Public restrooms, which has been good. Yeah. So I did my first trip up to Byron in January.
Yeah.
Just to kind of test the waters, see how I go doing van life, like completely. And it's really good because everywhere you go has, you know, showers, amenities, which is really good. Like I can stealth camp as well, which means just parking in streets. But you just have to get up early and hope that no one catches you or reports you. But yeah, no toilet in this one, but I think eventually, like the goal is I really want to get one of those big buses when I'm older. So when I'm like 50, 60, retire and do the same thing around Australia in a big bus.
So is it very cost effective then to do this?
Yeah, it is. I would like highly recommend anyone who is renting or like, just in a situation where they want to save. My logic was if I spend however like X amount of money, let's say it was $15,000 or $20,000 on a car that's also my house, well, that's almost 1 or 1.5 years of rent, you know, so it's paid itself off in a year and a half, and then I can save really hard and really effective for a home. So yeah, I really would recommend for anyone that's
how much did it cost you to create your own bedroom in the van?
Yeah, so the car itself the van was 13,000, I think it was. And then the fit out was roughly $9,000 to $10,000, which was good because I'd saved really hard for a couple of years. And I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And it's been really good. It's been really, really good. Yeah.
Did you do all the work in the van, or did you go somewhere?
No, I went to a guy named Chris from Peachwood Co. If anyone's looking at getting a van, I would highly recommend hitting him up because he is incredible, and he's just like the best dude as well. He's just your typical Aussie next door neighbor. Top bloke. He is a top bloke. No, I was going to do it myself. Like I'd studied it and like looked up all of the YouTube videos and stuff, but I'm really glad I didn't because I think I would have just done such a shit job. Like at least with this, I know that everything's sound and everything's going to work and everything's going to have like a good amount of life in it.
This is crazy, man. It's crazy that you live in a van. Like you're crashing at your parents because of the situation, but you can literally live anywhere, right?
Yeah, that's it. I really wanted to do that minimalistic lifestyle, just like have what I like, everything that I need with me. So that means I don't hoard and I don't have useless shit around, because if anything that I've learned from COVID as well, because at home we've cleared everything out. There's just so much stuff that is so unnecessary that we keep You know, we've
Yeah.
got boxes and boxes of stuff that we haven't looked at for like 5 or 10 years. It's like, why do we have
Yeah.
this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I want to try and revert that and go to that minimalistic lifestyle and kind of just have whatever I need with me, which is this is perfect for it.
Yeah, I think we always
Yeah,
have too many things, man. We have too many things and we have too much food and we don't need that many things, you know?
that's
A
it.
lot of people do
That's
that.
it.
They overspend,
Yeah.
then they are enslaved by the system and they're unhappy. So I think that being minimalistic it's a really good way to go. It allows you to be more free as well because you're not too stuck with things. I think the things and having to tidy up your big house with all the things that you have, that's take a lot of time and a lot of mind space.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Would you ever get a van? Ever live in a van?
Maybe, maybe. I'm not a
Yeah.
big fan of driving, but I think that if it's cost effective, I would. Like I also want to do like a bit of a nomad lifestyle next year or in the next couple of years. So
Yeah. In Australia or somewhere else?
overseas ideally. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
want to
Cool.
travel the world before I settle down, if I settle down.
Yeah. And where would you settle down? Is your goal to settle down back in Melbourne, or is
I
it
don't
just
know.
wherever the wind takes you?
You know what I want to do? I want to be able and want to get to a lifestyle that I can live wherever I want at
Yeah.
any point. I can go wherever I want if I want to, kind of thing. So if I am like, oh, it's grandma's birthday next month, I just go to Chile. And then, oh, my cousin's getting married in America the following month. I just go there and so on. Like I just want to have that type of freedom. That's my ideal life. Just
Yeah.
have freedom of being wherever I want with whoever I want to be, kind of thing.
That's sick. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. That's it. That's really good. I think you've got the right idea and not being like a slave to the system. I think that's so important because so many people get caught up in that and like having all these debts and having all these bills to pay when they haven't really lived yet, and then they get to like 50 or 60 and they're so unhappy because they've just been working this job that they thought they loved, or they've thought it's just like they're stuck in that wheel.
yeah. Well, they thought that or they just took because the career pays well, but then
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
not ever free, you know? Like I think people want to be rich, but I think the main thing is just to be wealthy. So I don't wanna be a millionaire, you know? I just wanna earn enough money without having to work, so I don't have to work, and I can spend my time dancing or being out with dogs or traveling or
Mm,
volunteering somewhere and helping people or spending time with my family. That's what I want to do, and it doesn't matter if I can buy the big, most expensive car, which I don't think it serves much purpose. But I just want to be able to feed myself, feed my family, and have some clothes on. That's basically it. Because I think
that's
that
it.
it happens when you define what's most important to you and you analyze why, or when you analyze and you get to know who you are a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like just a much happier lifestyle.
I think so, because I see a lot of people that just go into a career and they're stuck there for 40 years until they can retire and they're quite unhappy.
Yeah,
So I just
yeah,
want to try the other thing. I definitely don't want to.
absolutely.
I don't want to get caught up in the rat race.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
And
That's it.
how do you do it? Because how do you do it as a musician? Is it harder than just having like a normal career, quote unquote?
Um, I think it's like the good thing is with music, like doing something that you're passionate about, is that it doesn't really feel like work. It doesn't really feel like you're in the circle, I guess, or like it's not, you're not waking up going, oh, I have to go to work today. It's more like you wake up and you be pumped because you're doing something you really, really love to do. But like in saying that, there's always days where it's like going to be a struggle and a challenge, even if it's doing something you're really, really passionate about or you really love. I think that the difference is it's just like, at least those bad days are bad days for something you love. Like at least those bad days are bad because of whatever situation it would be, but you're still in that kind of bubble of doing something you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
Like if I took me back to when I was doing factory work, so before I made that transition to becoming a full-time musician, I did factory work for a few years. And I was doing like 14, 15-hour shifts and like night shift, and just surrounded by people who don't really have, just like, they don't always have the most positive outlook on things, I guess, you know, like it can be really challenging.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that I ever was pumped going into work. The only time I was like pumped and really motivated was when I had a goal of, I want to get out of this job so I can focus on what I love. And that's when I was like really pumped, because I was in $25,000 of debt and I just needed to pay that off. I was just like, pay that off and then I can make this leap.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing I ever did, especially for my mental health as well. Like that was the best transition for me.
So how was the process for you to decide, or no, I am a musician?
Yeah, I guess. Like when I made that, like when I made that leap into becoming a full-time musician, it was when I had I pretty much paid off all of my debts, and I was in a position where I was pretty comfortable to go, all right, this is the time to do it. Otherwise I'll just be stuck here forever. And I just made that leap, and just hit the ground running pretty much. It was really, really good to be, and it was super motivating as well, because you knew that if I didn't have a gig for next weekend, well then I can't pay my rent or I can't do this. So it was very laid out in front of me that like, you have to be doing this in order to be successful, or in order to keep this going. And I guess that drive just kept going. And like I was saying earlier, it's like really different going into COVID, not having all of these gigs and not having that drive. And I'm like super grateful and super blessed, because I think it was a well-needed rest. But I also know, like, as soon as it goes back again, it will just be the same thing, like hit the ground running, straight back into it. As much as I want to stay like this for as long as I can.
Yeah. How old were you? How old were you when you knew that you wanted to pursue music? Not necessarily full time, but that you actually wanted to make songs and take it seriously, go on talent shows and do your own thing.
Oh, dude, so long. So I released my first album when I was 12 years old. So way back in the day.
12.
Yeah, I was 12. I was 12, yeah. So I knew, and I picked up my first, it was a Shania Twain CD. I love Shania Twain. And I love her so much. And so I picked up her CD when I was like probably 9 or 8. And it was the first CD, like live DVD CD, like kind of music that I just like instantly fell in love with. And I like vividly remember me dressing up as her and like pretending my lounge room was the concerts and all the people that I was singing to. And I just thought that was the coolest thing, that she, like, being a woman, just being a boss, and she just like was so empowering, and she just connected with so many people through music. And I thought that was just so sick. And I want to do that. I want to be able to go into a big stadium and just connect with thousands of people. And that's when I knew, like, I want to keep doing this. I want to pursue music. I want to be able to be like her and sing to like crowds of thousands of people. That's the ultimate dream. And then, yeah, it's just been enjoying the journey, I guess, as I go. Like, I might not ever get there, but I think, like, as I've been on this journey, it's like, it's less about me singing to thousands of people now, and it's more about just connecting with people and meeting like-minded people and passing on knowledge to other people who want to do that, and just being as supportive as I can. And it's been really, really cool. I've been like, just been loving it.
Wow. So, but was your mom super a big fan of Shania Twain?
Not really. No, I think she just bought a DVD, and I think
Yeah.
it wasn't even opened. I just said, I'm opening it, and I just watched the whole thing. I just fell in love with her and her story as well. Like, she's just got a beautiful story, and I think I just like really connected with her as a kid.
Oh, so you
And
started, yeah.
what was that? Sorry.
No, continue, continue.
Oh, I was gonna say, I can't even remember now. Yeah, I don't know.
So you were like 9. So did you start like writing songs at that age?
Yeah, I wrote my first song when I was 11 or 12. So I had a close friend of mine pass away. And, I didn't really know how to deal with all of those emotions or all of those feelings at the time. It was my first instance dealing with like extreme loss or extreme heartache. And I came from quite a religious family. And for me, I always just questioned, and like I had a lot of hate and resentment, because I was like, how could God do that to a kid? Like I
Yeah.
just had all of this hate, and I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And so that just came out through song. I wrote a song, and then that was kind of picked up by the Asthma Foundation of Australia, who I then went to events with them, and then it just kind of kept snowballing like that,
Wow.
which was it was a great it was just great to see how music impacts you. Like, your release is going to impact so many people. Like, so many people can resonate and feel that emotion.
Yeah.
And that was really cool to know that it's not just me now dealing with loss. It was everyone who listened to that song or that story. It felt like they all felt that emotion, which was really important to me. And I think, like, for his family as well, it was really special.
Wow. So I think that's one of the most beautiful things about art, and that's one of the most powerful things about music, and why I love music so much is that you connect with the spirit of the composer and the artist that is interpreting a song. And it's not only the beats that can be fun, it's not only the words that can be smart or profound, it's also the feel and the emotion that it's communicated to you. And sometimes in determined states that you're on, they can impact you in a different way or another. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about any type of art. But the one that I resonate with the most is music. And
Yeah.
it's just incredible how it can impact so many people. And that's why I think it's so important as a commercial thing now, but also as hymns of change and revolution. How so many movements have taken music as their like their banner, kind of, almost.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so true. So true. It's crazy how much history there is in music as well. And just like any art form, like art as well, paintings and drawings. It's incredible. I reckon we would get along very well when if we ever traveled together. We would be those two at like the art museums, just being like, wow, this speaks to me on so many
Yeah.
different levels.
Yeah, man. I love going to the
Right?
NGV and just like experiencing it different times, even the same paintings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think
Yeah.
a lot of things depends on your state of mind and like your mind, because you live your life in your mind,
Mm.
whether this life is real or not, or this is like a simulation, or it's a dream of someone that we're a part of, or it's your own self dreaming. We still live your life in your mind, and
Yeah.
everything that you receive is super conditioned by how you feel and how you and your experience. So yeah, like experiencing art for the first time or another different time depends a lot on your circumstance. For example, the first time that I listened to John Mayer, I hated it. Hated it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Wow.
Yeah. And then I gave it another chance and it became my musical idol. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's
That's it.
so
That's it.
subjective.
100%. And it does grow on you. Hey, you
Yeah.
have to give it that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's I think you need to learn too. Like I taught myself how to like music. Like I taught myself how to like wine. And
Mhm.
it's things I think that everything in life is just practice, you know?
Mm.
The more you do something, the better you get at it. It's like starting to walk. For me, life, I always see it as surfing a wave. I'm not a surfer, but I know that when you start surfing, you barely can get on the board and stand up and then maintain yourself on the board, and then the waves are so different one from another and the weather will change so many times, but just life is just like that. And then you just have to
Yeah.
learn how to ride the perfect wave, and
That's it.
that's it.
That is it. There's definitely things I really want to get good at as well. One of them is surfing, and one of them is dancing. So I'm going to
Really?
come to you for some dancing lessons eventually. Yeah, I would love to. Like, I want to be able to take that time to like really zone in on different crafts. And one would be surfing. I would like to stand up on a board. I
Mm.
have done it before, but I fall off. And the other one would be dancing. I would love to dance.
Nice. I
It'd be
think you
really
can do it,
cool.
man. I think anyone can dance. And one of the most powerful things about dancing, I think, is that I think that literally anyone can do it. And I think there's something very special about being able to express yourself with your body, you know, the vessel of your spirit, and try to and do it
Mhm.
freely. And like when you allow the music to literally, and it's not like just literally, but when you allow it to just go through your spirit and connect with you, and you allow yourself to be in the moment and connect with someone else through that same vibration, is just so powerful.
Yeah,
So it's so insane. And everyone likes dancing, man. That's why people only like dancing, quote unquote, when they're drunk,
mm,
because they're just don't allow themselves to like it because they're thinking too much about, oh, someone's looking at me. What are they thinking about me? Or just the opinion they have on themselves that is too harsh about how
yeah,
they
yeah.
move.
I
So
wonder why
dancing is a
that's
good one.
like. Yeah, I wonder why that came about because that's so true. Like every time that I dance, right, I feel like I would have to have a few drinks into me and feel really good because I don't care what anyone's thinking. I'm just like, I was dancing because I love music, but I wouldn't be able to do that if I was sober. I would just, because exactly that, all those things, it's like what everyone will be looking at me, I look ridiculous, or all those things. Like, why is that? Why is that conditioned? Why, I wonder why and
I,
Where's that where that has come from?
it's your inner dialogue. It's the inner dialogue that you allow in your own mind. So yeah, we live in our own minds. You know, that life happens in our brains and how our brain communicates, or just how our brain manifests within us. And when you are with yourself, you always have like inner dialogues about something. Like you want to achieve something, you want to do something, you want to be someone, you want to be with someone, you want to communicate with someone, etc. And the
Mm,
way that you decodify things that happen to you, uh, I think it's a crucial moment in your life all the time. So, for example, if something like, for example, today was raining a lot, there are ways that you can talk to yourself about the rain and your reaction to it. So you can say, oh
mhm.
shit, it's raining again. I can't go out for a walk. I can't go out for a run. Oh shit, my clothes are outside. This is shit. Or you could say, amazing, we've had drought for so long, we really need this rain. Or you know what, I'm going to learn how to run under the rain. Or you know what, it's beautiful. You know, the sounds of the rain just falling down and touching the pavement is just an amazing showcase of power from nature. Like, why not? And the same way with your own self. Like, when you fail at something, how do you take that? So Do you bring yourself down? Do you adopt something that a bully taught you, or did you take do you take an attitude of this is a teaching? Okay, so this is one way I don't have to do this. And I think that everything in life is practice. Dancing is that, and also the way that you talk to yourself. So I think that we can choose. We can choose to take it in a negative way or in a harsh way, or we can choose to do it in a loving way and kind way to ourselves. I choose kindness and in a loving way to myself because I see more possibilities to have a more happy life, or live the life that I'm living within my mind happier and at
Yeah,
peace,
that's it.
you know,
Keeping
and
your
with the
inner
possibility,
monologue.
yeah, and the possibility of growth,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. So
100%. We actually had when I was in, this reminds me of when I was like in year 12 and we were having a lecture from a our vice principal. It's actually one of the most useful things that's ever stuck with me. And she was talking about this and like your inner monologue
yeah,
and just positive affirmations. When you think you can't do something, you just remind yourself you can do it. It's just your mind telling you you can't. You can do it. You got this. You're awesome. You're beautiful. You can do it. And it's
yeah,
like those things will slowly help the mind tick back this way,
yeah,
because I think we're just programs to think of everything negatively. Like if you think of relationships or yeah, like at the end of relationships, just before that relationship ends, the hardest part is because your mind's going, I'll never see that person again, or I will never have anything to do with that person again. But it's like that's not necessarily true. That's your mind just thinking of the worst case scenario. It's just like the way that we've programmed to try and what do you say, like um kind of like protect ourselves, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah,
Defense
it's our
mechanism.
protective mechanism. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, defense
I
mechanism.
think it's a lot of nurture, because I think that naturally we're not that type of people. So for example, when a baby falls, it always looks immediately to the parents to seek for what should I do now? This is an unknown situation. So if the parent like really stresses out and worries and like, oh no, my baby, they tend to start crying. Well, when the dad is like, or the mom is like, oh, it's okay, just stand up. They just stand up and they don't cry. I think that a lot of things have to do with how we are raised and the examples that we see in people of leadership and so on. I think it's just a lot of nurture, and it's a
Yeah,
lot of just bad examples. You know, a lot of people do it from a loving place, but just it's a bad example. So yeah, I think that what your teacher, or was it your principal, yeah, taught you in year 12 is amazing. I think that a lot of people we're not taught that, and we just have to figure it out. For example, I
mm,
figured it out when I was like in a deep depression, and I just thought that living was not worth it anymore. But the good thing about that is that I realized that I was rock bottom. And when I realized that I was rock bottom, literally anything that I would do would be better, and I would be better. So I would say I'm so shit at this. But then I realized, fuck, I'm so shit at this that I can't be shitter than this because I suck so bad. And then I said, but if I
mm,
suck so bad, I can actually, if I improve just one little bit, I'm gonna be better. And then I can do it again. And then I can just
yeah,
continue. And I was like, wow,
yeah,
that's awesome. So for example, I banned some words for me to say out loud and for me to say in my mind. So I banned myself from saying I hate something when I really don't like something, because
mm,
I think that it
that's a
just
good one.
I
That's
banned
a
that
good one.
word for me, and I also banned for me to say I will try. I will try
Hmm.
to do this. I'll try to be better. I'll try to exercise 5 times a week. I will try to meet with you. I either say yes or no, because I think that it's
Yeah.
really important. And one of the things that people actually, I think, get wrong a lot is that they don't give their word enough value, and they lie, and they allow themselves to lie too many times. And then they lose so much respect for themselves because they know that they won't follow through what they said, that it affects deeply into their self-love, or into the self-respect, which is self-love in the end. So
Mm,
I if I say that I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. You know, like that's why, for example, I was, before COVID, I was going every single Saturday, Sunday to dance at the nightcap. not because I wanted to dance every single Sunday, but it's because I said I would. And then I would feel
Yeah.
really way better later. Like sometimes I was super tired and I didn't. But that type of consistency within myself has allowed me to also believe that I can do more and I can be
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. That's so good. That's really, really good.
How do we get there here?
How do I get where?
How do we get to this point?
I don't know, man. We're getting
Shania.
deep. We're getting deep.
Yeah, so
I think you were just giving me a lecture because I didn't call you back the other day. I'm sorry.
no, man.
I have learned my lesson
I'm
now.
s-
No, but I completely agree, because on the other end of that made me actually feel really shit, and it makes you and like you're so right, because it does make you feel like less of yourself, and like your that self-love and that kind of self-respect. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take more notice of that. And also, like, a really great point there is trying to remove words, because the amount of times that I say I hate this it's like a terrible, like, that's a terrible word. I didn't realize how
it's a
bad that is.
it's a very strong feeling.
It's a very negative, although like you don't even realize how negative that is, I guess, at the time, because the amount of times that I'd be like, what's an example? I don't know. But you, like, I think a lot of people would say it about things that they don't necessarily hate. It's just like, it's just an easy word, I guess, or it's like, it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Or
I
the
have to
other one.
unlearn that one.
The other one is oh, that's annoying when something doesn't go your way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, no, it's not annoying. And I always try myself to stop that. And whenever a friend of mine says, "Oh, that's annoying," when I say something, I don't know, like, "Oh, I had to have surgery because of my appendix." Oh, that's annoying. No, not really. I'm
No,
happy
it's good you got.
I'm happy I got
Yeah.
surgery because otherwise I would have died, you know? Or
Exactly. You know, that's good.
yeah, like stuff like that. Or I actually cannot, literally, I'm not allowed to walk as much as I want to because my doctor tells me off, but it's not.
Mm,
Someone could say, "Oh, that's annoying because that's the only type of exercise that I can do." Nah, I just need to get better. I need to recover.
that's it. Yeah, it's so good. And you got this time now to just chill out a little bit. And what a perfect time to get surgery, by the way, while the whole world is in lockdown. So you're not missing out
Best
on much.
best time, man. Best time. Because I think it would be way harder if all my friends were actually doing salsa dancing and going out for, I don't know, swims or whatever, or traveling.
100%. It would be horrible. You'd be like, damn it.
It
Why
wouldn't be
is
hard.
everyone?
It wouldn't be horrible, but it would be harder. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm sorry
Absolutely.
that if you felt that I was lecturing you because I didn't want to do that at
No, I'm kidding.
all.
Not at all. Not at all. No, that's good, man. So so will you go back to the night cat? That's what it's called, right? Night cat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I always used to call it the alley cat for some
Yeah,
reason. I don't know
yeah,
why. It sounds
yeah. I think
way,
there's another one.
yeah.
There's
So
a
not
jazz
the
club
night
called the
cat.
Alley Cat, I think.
Oh, wait, is the night cat the one with the big room? It's like the big dance floor in the middle. It's like a
Yes.
circle, and they've
Yeah.
got the big band around
Yeah.
it. I've been there once, and it was probably the best night of, like, the best clubbing night I've ever had in Melbourne,
Yeah.
hands down. Because I hate clubs. Like, I'm not a big fan of.
You hate clubs.
Dude, I'm not a fan of like DJs. I'm more like live music, old school swing, like jazz clubs. I love that because the people there as well are so much more open and so much more like sociable, I guess. Like, they just really, really cool people.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing because I think it's people that have allowed themselves to be free with what they like more. And I think that people
Mm,
that go more to like clubs and stuff, it's more people that are a bit lost, I find.
yeah,
That want to figure out who they are and they want to meet people because they think that that's the way to do it. It's not a bad way, but it's just a bit more superficial, I find.
yeah,
when I was going to clubs against to where I go out now. Like I just go to this kind of place. I like to go to jazz clubs or dancing, and it's a very different vibe.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
And then, so
absolutely is.
what's your objective then with music now? Because at the beginning, when you were
Um,
12, you were like, I want to fill stadiums like Shania Twain. Is that the
mhm.
same thing now?
I still like have that dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna let go of that dream of like wanting to fill stadiums and sing to like thousands of people. But I also don't know for me if that's happiness. Like I think in that moment I would feel really happy. Um, but there's also like a lot of pressures I think that I didn't really know about when I was that age. You know, like I didn't realize how much of, you know, an impact the media like would have on you if you did get to such a huge level. And
Mm.
I'm not sure if I am cut out for that. Like I might be, I don't know. Like I'm sure that would be the growth. Um, but I think my purpose at the moment and my purpose, what I'm finding, what my goal is like helping people with their music journey. And just like, I think I have a lot to give, in that sense, in like helping people, and passing on everything that I've learned. I just feel like it just makes me so much, it makes me really happy doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm not gonna let go of that dream just yet. So
Yeah.
hopefully maybe the stadiums one day, but who knows? Life is crazy, and I could end up being something completely different. Like I've been having I've been really thinking about, um, doing something else for a little bit, like even studying psychology or doing, just doing something else. I don't know.
Stripping.
Yeah, just stripping. Yeah, that's me. Flaunt my body. So, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's awesome that you don't want to let go of your dream. I think that's really important. What if you never get it? What if you never achieve your dream?
I think I'll be really happy regardless, because I am living my dream right now. Like, and I get caught up a lot in focusing on that one dream of filling stadiums. But what I'm doing right now, and like being able to live in a van and like being able to travel with music and still write and connect with people and still be a performing artist and releasing music, that's the goal. Like that is the dream. That is, I'm happy. This is, whatever happens now is just extra. Everything that's happening, it's just a bonus, really. So yeah.
Awesome. So you would you compromise your creative integrity? I saying, I'm assuming that whatever that all the music that you are writing right now, it's music that it's super organic, that you really feel like you want to share with the world, you know, the lyrics that you
Hmm.
write, the melodies that you create. Would you ever sacrifice that creativity or creative freedom to fulfill your
Hmm.
dream of filling stadiums? Do you think you would be able to connect with people if you were to sacrifice that?
um no, I don't think so. I think like you have to be genuine and be, like speaking from your heart, and I don't think you can sacrifice that. Like you wouldn't be able to have hand in hand. Like I couldn't imagine me doing something like, let's just say a record label said you have to sing like this or sing this particular style of music that will fill up thousands of stadiums. I couldn't imagine me being happy in that, because I'm not connecting. I wouldn't be connecting to the music, and that to me would be a false. That would be, I would be really unhappy doing that. I would be happier now where I am, and that's why I am. Like that's how I know that this is. I'm really grateful for my life now and what I've achieved and everything that I'm doing, because I think that this is a really great place to be.
Yeah,
And anything extra is just, yeah, it's just extra.
awesome. So you teach people, or you teach singing lessons to other people. What are the things
Yeah.
that you learn? What are the things that you learn when you teach, especially something that you've been doing for
Ooh,
years?
what do I learn when I teach? Well, I've learned that the like teaching music is, that's one thing, teaching music, but the other half of it is just learning learning about people. And it's almost like the job is so much more than just teaching music. It's almost like you'll come in and have a counseling session for like, you know, every week, and it's awesome. It's so great. You get to just learn about people and learn about their life and their stories, and that's so much more than I thought I was going to get out from a job like this, you know, like and just be so connected to people and know people for 3 or 4 years, or like however long I've been there, which is about 2 or 3 years now. All of those people have been with me for 3 years. So to be able to build that bond with someone for that long, it's almost like I'm creating a family, you know, like, and these are all my children in a weird way.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I never thought I would get from this job. You know, I'm learning about people, and in a sense that's made me learn a lot about me and a lot about how I view the world, and how how that's really changed with just learning about people's stories, and it's been great. It's been really, really cool.
It must be, yeah. It must be really interesting to teach others
It
something
is.
that you
It
love.
is. Yeah.
And I think that,
you'll be able to teach me to dance soon.
yeah, if you teach me how to sing.
Done
Done.
deal. Lock it in.
There's something I want to ask you, because did you participate in X Factor?
I did, yes. I did. I've been auditioning. Back in the day, I auditions for those shows ever since when I started, like 12.
Oh, really?
I do them. Yeah, I do them every year.
Wow.
And each year I would get closer and closer to being, you know, or like further and further into the competition.
Did you participate just 1 year then in X Factor?
So X Factor was, I did maybe 3. I think I auditioned 3 times for X Factor. And one time got all the way to the boot camp area.
How was that experience?
It like taught me a lot about the industry, and I'm so happy that I never got further than that in these shows, like The Voice and everything. But I met some really cool people. I think that's the best thing I got from these shows, and that mentality of I was never there to win. Like I never had that in my head. I never went into an audition saying I'm going to win this. I want to win. This is the be all and end all.
Yeah.
I never had that in my mind, and I think that's why my experience was so enjoyable, because I was just there to meet people and just learn. Just like, it's so cool to sing in front of will.i.am and Kylie Minogue, and I can't remember who else it was, Guy Sebastian or something like that. But like that is so sick. It doesn't even matter if I don't get anywhere in the show. I have to sing in front of like people that I idolize and I was grown up with. So that's so sick. But you meet people who had the mindset of, oh, I thought I was going to win, and it's like, that is why you're so sad right now, because that's not the right mindset. I don't think. Like if you do go into those shows, you should be going into it just for the experience, not the label of like, oh, I got this far.
So how old were you?
That was when I was 17 for X Factor, or 18 for X Factor, and then I was 17 for The Voice.
Wow, you were a kid.
Yeah.
So what was your mentality then?
That was my mentality, was just
your
to
mentality
enjoy
was
it.
When you were 17, 18-year-old, you were like, I just want to learn from the experience. I want to make connections.
100%. That was me. I was a wise soul back then. Don't know what happened.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wish I had such clarity when I was that age.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You're very wise. How old are you, Pablo?
Thank you, my friend. That's really nice of you, but I'm not wise yet.
Yes, you are.
I am 29 years old.
Ooh, almost to 30.
Yeah.
1 more year, right? 1 more year.
1 more year, next year, yeah.
Woo,
so
nice. We'll be having celebratory drinks.
Yeah, some wine. It's a good age, man. It's a good age. And I want to live a lot of years. So
yeah.
I want to try to
That's
get
awesome, man.
my body to live as long as it can.
Dude, that is so good. That is so good. That is the ultimate goal, right? I want to get to 2100. I want to live to
2100?
105.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Yeah. 2100. I want to bring it in.
I want
Bring it in with a
to
bang.
live as long as the old people from the Bible and like live like 650 years and they were still like,
Oh, nice.
yeah, they were still working the land. I want to be one of
Still
those.
kicking it. I love that. I love that. Hey, so I really need to run to the bathroom. Can we have a bathroom break?
Yeah, this is the bathroom break.
Yes. Awesome. All right.
Welcome to the pee break. Yes, this is a break for you to go to your restroom and pee. You can also use it to drink some water and hydrate yourself or do something else. This is an intermission? Yes, this is an intermission in which I'm gonna tell you one fun fact about urine just for your knowledge or learning pleasure. And if you can skip this part if you want, of course, you have the power whenever you want. Did you know that actually urine can whiten your teeth? Yes, ancient Romans used to how do you say it? They would swish around their mouth pee to whiten their teeth. Yes, because of the component of ammonia in the urine and can actually make it whiter. They also use pee, the Romans, as an invisible ink to write secret messages. So next time you need to write a secret message to your lover or to a police officer or to your boss or whoever, you can use urine. Now you know. So the message would show up when the paper is heated. So try it and let me know. I'm not going to try any of these things, but you're welcome to, and I appreciate your curiosity. I think it's a very nice trait of yours. Very, very nice. And now we're going to go back to our current schedule. Thank you very much. Okay, and we're back.
You.
Hope everyone went to pee as well and release and give their bodies a bit of a break. So, or drink some water if you need to as well.
That's it. That is it. Stay hydrated.
Hey Tay,
Yo.
how's it been quarantine or COVID for you, a musician? Has that affected you a lot?
Like the gigs have obviously stopped. So the gigs have all dried up. I was supposed to go to I was actually supposed to do 2 months in Thailand in March, April. So I was supposed to go to Thailand for 2 months for a residency. Then I had Vegas for a month after that, and then I was supposed to be in Hamilton Island now. So it's a solid 4-5 months of gigs that we've lost, but that's also okay because when do I ever get this time off? So it's been really good to just relax and kind of get in touch with myself a bit more. I've been really enjoying it, man. As bad as probably that is to say, but I've been enjoying it. It's been good. Been liking the break.
Yeah, I think it's been a great time for all of us that haven't been affected directly by the virus. I think it's been great just to have the time.
Yeah, 100%. That's it. And it's just like, as long as hopefully that we contain it, then it should be good. It should be good for people to kind of get in touch with themselves and take that time, I think.
Yeah, how do you think that people, why do you think some people get in touch with themselves and other people don't?
I think some people are really scared to get in touch with themselves, and so they find it easier to disregard that. I don't know. I feel like there's so many people are different, and they come from different walks of life, and maybe they just have some things that then they haven't dealt with yet, or they haven't been given the tools to, or shown the tools on how to work through that. And so that's kind of where they get caught. They get stuck in this area where they can't necessarily move forward, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's
It's part of that.
that's
How have you been using your time then? How do you say you've been getting in touch with yourself? What was that? What does that translate to in a practical way?
I think just kind of like being okay with being alone and just me, because in the music industry, I think or any industry, it can be any industry, you're surrounded by so many people all the time, and to have that taken away from you, and within those people, there's people that bring you certain happiness, there's certain people that you confide in, there's certain people that you feel safe with, whether in any workplace, there's certain people you don't like. And so for all of that to be taken away, and for you to be forced, and so someone to say, hey, like, you're not going to see these people, you're going to be alone for the next couple of months, just you and your thoughts. And it's kind of like, whoa, that's terrifying. But also really good, right? Because you can face that and go, well, hey, I'm going to really get in touch with me. I'm going to learn about me. I'm going to just understand myself a bit better.
Yeah, that reminds me a lot of John Mayer's song, Age of Worry.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. What a good song.
Yeah, and actually that song did teach me about this, about learning how to be okay and good and feel okay with myself, to be alone.
Yeah.
When it says, don't be scared to walk alone, don't be scared to like it. There's no time that you must be home, so sleep where darkness falls. Alive in the age of worry, smile in the age of worry. Go out in the age of worry and say, worry, why should I care?
Oh, so good. He hit the nail right on the head.
So
what
good.
A beautiful album that
all
is
about being,
and it's
all about living in the now. All those little things.
Exactly. And it's so natural, I think, to be worried. Like, you are allowed to feel all of those feelings, like you're allowed to feel scared. That's what's natural. And I think that's what the beauty is about it as well, is once you learn how to just understand that, once you're aware of that, like, it's actually natural and normal to feel scared, or it's normal to feel these emotions, then you'll be able to master that craft a little bit more, and like understanding yourself a bit more.
Yeah, and it has to do, how you, as you say, it's natural. I think that worry and fear is just a natural response. It's an evolutionary response to something that is unknown, and it was vital for us to evolve to what we are now. To fill in those things that we didn't know, so we could take care of ourselves and survive. Basically, survival. It's a survival kind of thing. But now, in our state right now, we don't need those things, because we can actually get food, and we can get shelter, and we can get clothing and all the basic needs for survival, that we can now develop other things and focus on creative enterprises or other things that we want to do. So worrying now and filling the voids with fear, it's unnecessary as well.
That's it. You are a very wise man.
No, I just listen to a lot of stuff, and I just retain some of that, and
that's so good.
Then I apply that to myself as much as I can, as much as I can fail, and then try again. So
that's awesome. That's really, really good. You're like this burst of energy, I feel like, that so many people need in their lives, to like just kind of make it, you have a natural, like, oh, this is actually going to be okay. Everything's going to work itself out. I feel
Thanks,
very,
man.
very
that's beautiful. Thank you.
Grounded.
Oh, yeah, I feel very grounded. I think that this is, and also I think that this is part of the work I've done in myself for years, and also especially now during quarantine. I started practicing yoga, and I say started because I literally started during quarantine. But the effect it had on me, it was immense. Like being able to be super in tune or present with my body and go through the pain of the positions. I just focusing on my breath, and then do the meditation and be there. Really, really helped me to then be able to go through everything else. And actually, they say that the yoga practice, it starts after you finish it, kind of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
like your mindfulness happens the whole time, and it's in the times of tribulation or when it's things are not going your way that you practice that you understand that things are momentaneous.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's just that. It's just a big, long sequence of presence, and I just do that, focus on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're a very wise boy. You're way younger than me, and you are in tune a lot with with who you are, and what you want to do when you're living your dream. I mean, man, how old are you?
I am 25.
You're
I'm not that
25,
much younger.
man. So you're
I'm just a
25,
little bit younger.
but you're living your
We're
dream at
still in our
25.
20s.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I think we're very fortunate people, and I think it's one of the keys as well to be able to recognize that and be thankful for all the
Yeah.
things that allow you to learn more about things.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's just so much growth in that as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. What are you thankful for today?
I am thankful for, what am I thankful for? I'm thankful for having a roof over my head. I know that, and a warm house to come home to. I know so many people that like don't have that right now. I'm thankful for clean water. Just the simple things. Um, yeah, thankful for so many things, really. You think
Yeah.
about them as well. It's like I'm just thankful for pretty much everything,
Yeah.
everything in my life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How about you? What are you thankful for today in
Today,
particular?
I'm very thankful for my friends and the people that care about me because
Mm,
they've been telling me off because I'm really bad at resting, man. I'm really bad at just slowing down and not doing anything. I
mm,
always like to be moving or doing something, working on something, and generally involves for me moving from one place to another or do something active. But right now, that I shouldn't because of my recovery. I still my body still goes to, okay, let's do something, and I just go with it. But I have to learn to just rest, you know.
yeah,
So a lot of
yeah.
my friends
And
have
it can
been
be
telling me off because I've been pushing too hard when I shouldn't. So
oh, that's it. And it can be hard to do that.
I appreciate, yeah, and I appreciate the love that comes from, the worry or the actual care about me. So I'm thankful for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
That's
very
sweet.
stubborn.
That's sweet.
But that's the good thing about me being stubborn, that I can actually tell. I have these instances that I know how much people care about me, even though I'm being a
Yeah,
stubborn prick.
that's it. Well, hey, you just need to relax. You need to just take it easy these next couple of weeks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna learn about it. I'm gonna learn about it. I'm not good at it. I'm
Yeah,
not good at it. I haven't practiced
you
that
just
very
have
much.
to just have to binge watch some Netflix series.
Well, yeah, I have. I started watching South Park.
Oh, nice. Hey, actually, have you ever watched Westworld?
No, no. What is
I
that?
feel like you would like Westworld. So it's all about like how do you even describe it without giving it away? It is, so we're based in the future, but it's the not too distant future.
It's
And it's
dystopia.
where it's kind of, no, it's not dystopia. It's like and where artificial intelligence is so
Advanced.
advanced. Yeah, so it's like pretty much a theme park. So think a theme park, but the theme park is where you get to live out your wildest fantasies, and the people in the theme park are all robots, but they look like you and me. So
Wow.
they're just like they're robots, um and then there's the hosts, which is the robots, and there's the newcomers, which is humans. So hosts, humans, and it's like the humans. It's pretty much like GTA. Like you go in and you do missions with these like robots, but the robots start to become self-aware, and they start to realize like, hey, we're getting treated like rubbish, and it's like the revolution. You gotta watch it. It's really interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's the biggest. There's so many twists in it. Like it's just crazy.
Okay,
It is
yeah,
crazy.
I'm interested. That
Yeah,
was a
I
good
reckon
sell.
you would love it. You would love it.
What would be
It's a
your
really good
world?
plot. My world. Oh, my biggest fantasy. Oh, I
Right,
don't
yeah.
even know.
Is it like your
I would,
paradise?
yeah. Yeah, well, it's like based in the Wild West. It's like the Wild Wild West. So you're back like with this cowboys and stuff, and
You like that?
um,
You're wearing a cowboy
I
hat.
like it. I get it. I love it. But it's also not as well. So it's like, so the theme park is based in the Wild West. That's why they call it West World.
Yeah.
But it's also based in the now, which is like really futuristic times.
Damn.
It's really cool. Really, really cool. I think you'd like it. Would recommend for anyone out there trying to find something binge worthy. It will blow your mind.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm actually gonna check it out.
You should do it. Do it.
Damn.
Definitely do it.
Yeah, that sounds heavy.
It's really good. Some good twists in it as well. But yeah.
Nice. All right, man. We're gonna start to finish. But before we finish, I want to ask you
Yes.
if you could go back in time and
Ooh.
give your
I love this
18,
question.
19-year-old self a piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh, it would be, if I could have a conversation with 18-year-old Tay,
Yeah.
I would give him a spreadsheet and just let him know how to do taxes and how to save. I cannot believe we weren't taught that in high school.
Yes.
Is that not the biggest crock of shit ever? Like
Yeah.
we weren't told how to save money and I don't know about you, but I was never told how to save, or I was never taught just how to do tax. What?
Yes.
What?
This
That's ridiculous.
This is one of my biggest criticisms of the system, especially the educational system, which I'm not a fan of. And it's that we're not taught important stuff, day-to-day stuff, like you say, know how to save, taxes, how to speak with someone, social skills.
Yeah, they need to do a life class. They have them in America. I know like a girl that I dated, she used to they had a life's class, and I didn't understand it because it was so far-fetched hearing about it at that time. And because she was saying like it's literally a class where they learn to talk and like engage in conversation, and like how do you get from how was your day past that to like what are you doing with life, or like all these questions.
Yeah.
It was just so fascinating for me, but why we don't have that is so ridiculous. And like, yeah, the whole tax thing, the saving thing is so stupid,
Yeah.
to be honest. So yeah, that's a conversation I would have with myself. That is it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. How about you? What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
I think someone asked me this in one of the past podcasts, but I think I think I said to not care about others' opinions, and that what would I do if I went back in time today? I travel through the dimensions and go back to 2011, 2010 when I first got to Australia. I would tell myself, I would actually say, learn, or man, you're good enough. Like, because it's fine to be who you really want to be yourself. Get to know yourself. Invest time in that. Invest time in all the fears and recognizing all the fears that you have, why you have them, face them, and don't be so hard on other people. Yeah. So be more empathetic, Pablo. That's what I would tell my
Yeah.
2011
Hey,
self.
you've done a great job. You're like one of the most empathetic people I would know.
Thanks, man. That's a big compliment. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you've really manifested that, man.
Yeah, there's been a lot of suffering, and I think that's been key to learning about a lot of things. Suffering is so important for that, to learn. So I wouldn't change anything anyway. But I wish I had figured that out sooner. I wish I had started this podcast ages ago as well.
Maybe you did it now. That's it.
Yeah, it's good.
You've done it. You've started it.
I have. Thank you, man. Yeah, you're a beautiful guy, beautiful person. You are super genuine and organic. I love your music because I love you as well. A talented, vulnerable, loving. You are someone that cares about others, that cares about others people's problems. You love dogs, and you also love your family very much. And I think that also speaks volumes of who you are. I'd very much admire the route that you've taken to be the man with the van in real life, and just trying to make the tough decisions, but with the objective of you being happy. I think that's something that you should be proud of, and I'm very, very proud to call myself your friend. And please tell everyone.
So much, man.
Please tell everyone what you've been working on, to check you out and where to check you out.
Firstly, thank you so much for that beautiful rap. That was really, that meant so much. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. And I really feel like the universe works in such a crazy way sometimes that like I was supposed to meet you, and yeah, just thanks so much for being you, and also just like everything you do for everyone else. It's really special. You're doing some great things. Oh man. Yeah. My name's Taylor Piggott, and you can find my stuff on Spotify under my name, Taylor Piggott, TaylorPiggott, and on Instagram under the same name. And I'll be releasing music hopefully every month this year. Or every couple of months. Yeah, I got a new song coming out on August 7th, which is cool. My last song was Superglue and Stickytape. And yes, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy.
Nice. Thank you, Ted. Love you, bro. And
thanks, man. Love you, dude.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch, man. Keep in touch.
Absolutely.
Go check him out.
Thanks so much for having me.
Bye.
Bye. Yoo.
Hey guys, thank you for listening, and please go and support Tay. Go to his Instagram page on Tay Piggott. That's TAYPIGGOTT. Tay Piggott. So you can get the latest info about his new single, Superglue and Stickytape, and also his new upcoming single on the 8th of August. So check him out. He's a great guy, and please support him. And also, please feel free to follow me on Instagram at L_PABB. That's EL_PABB. And also you can find me on Facebook if you write down the PABB podcast. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I will be in touch soon. Bye.